Good morning, champions. So sorry I've been very busy for the last couple of days. I will post Mondays and Tuesdays before this I posted this, but here's Wednesdays anyway from the Breakfast with Champions. Wake up in your best dream. And Joseph said to his brother, "Please come near to me." So they come near. Then he said, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. But now do not for, therefore be grieved or angry with yourselves, because you sold me here, for God sent me before you to receive life." Let's stay with Joseph for one more morning. Think about his life, the book of his days. It was such an adventure, a roller coaster of faith. There were many mornings he would wake up and say, "Where am I?" When I travel a lot, speaking in many different places towards the end of the travels, every now and then I find myself waking up in a hotel, having to think, "Where am I?" Joseph's life must have been so much like that. One morning he opens his eyes, his home with his adoring father, Israel. Another morning he wakes up in his filthy pit. Another morning a palace. Another morning a prison. Wow! This must have been weird, waking up sometimes not knowing what you would see. But one day he woke up and saw walls of the bed of a man who was the second in charge of the nation. That man was him! Why was that such a good morning? Because that morning he found himself walking in the reality of the harvest of the dreams he first saw all of those chapters and years before. When he was just a lad, God had given him a dream that he'd rise up to rule and to be part of God's plan to lead the whole nation. That dream was the same one that he got into so much trouble. But this morning, when would be the morning his brothers would come and bow before him, looking for assistance, not knowing who he was. This morning his dad would find out he was alive, and he would be reunited this morning. Would be the one when he would say to those who harmed him, "What meant you for evil? God's use for good." I don't know what room of your life journey you woke up in this morning. Good, bad, challenging. But I can tell you, if you're daring to follow God's plan for your life, you will wake up in a room one day that you've seen before. You saw it in that dream God gave you. Once again, I say, how is just a chapter in a big book? The book, my friend, is your ever unfolding life, your author, God. Let's set the ending up to be a good one. So hopefully I get time to do these Mondays and Tuesdays and todays. And goodbye, champions, and hopefully get into doing it every day. Okay.